All right, Shalom. This is Harawan Ban Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. Want to say call Halayim, La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Harakah Kwadash, Ma'amath. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. And Shalom to you, Akim, and Akwatim and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth and that are pushing in diligence towards the kingdom, man. Yeah, man, I wanted to kind of go into this topic. I'm sitting up here at the gas station right now. And I was, it was just crazy because I got enough gas, but it's just funny to me. I was just getting gas on the regular, just a normal. I'm gonna go get some gas in the car, but as I'm at the gas pump, I noticed there's no gas. There's like none of the pumps got gas, and it's just crazy because these people are treating this pandemic like a hurricane. You can tell they don't know what the hell to do, man. They grabbing toilet paper. All kind of crazy shit, man. But today it says the Dow drops nearly 3,000 points as coronavirus collapse continues. Worst day since 87. And it's the same thing I said in the lesson earlier, that today, Monday, could be a reflection of 1987. All right, Black Monday. And it happened today. It dropped 3,000 points. All right. And it happened right on cue. March 16th, it says S&P 500 fell more than 11% on coronavirus fears. 5 experts on what to watch. And they said Trump limited the gatherings of any type of people to 10 people. So, anything more than that, what the hell they going to do? I guess they're going to try to disperse or break groups up. But they all in fear, man. All right, it's going to be more things to come upon this earth. This is only the beginning of sorrows. All right. And it says stocks fell sharply Monday, with the Dow suffering its worst day since the Black Monday market crash in 1987. And it happened, man. All right. So it happened today. And this morning I was saying it was going to happen, and it happened. All right. And Kyle Halayim Lay how about Shimei was shy for that, man. And its third worst day ever, even after the Federal Reserve embarked on a massive monetary stimulus campaign to curb slower economic growth amid the coronavirus outbreak. So even though the Fed lowered interest rates, you still have this crash that's happening, going into a full recession, all right, full bear market, all right, recession going back. And I believe at some point, as I said before, they're gonna take it up to 30,000, and it's gonna go back down, go back up to 27, go back down to 23, and then go back up, then it dropped completely down to 20,000. As I said, man, if you go back through the prior videos, and also now eventually it's gonna go back. So now it has dropped lower than 2017 and 2018 when it was at 24,000. All right, the Dow. All right, when Trump got voted in, but now it's at 20,000, and that's low. So now you have, if it drops down to 2008 lows, when Obama was in office, when you had the recession going on, when they did the bailouts, it'll drop down to almost 11,000 or 10,000, and that's a complete crash, and all the investors will pull out of the market and push all their currency over into gold and silver. And that could happen now at 20,000. And that's when it was supposed to happen. Almost a 40%, a full crash, man, to where these investors are going to, are going to completely pull their futures investments, long-term investments in bonds, and push them into gold and silver and crypto coin and other resources other than the dollar in the American economy. So it says the Dow Jones Industrial Average closed 2,997.10 points lower, or 12.9% at 20,188.52. The 30 stock Dow was briefly, it has 30 stocks within it, was briefly down more than 3,000 points in the final minutes of trading. So it's going down lower and lower, man. The markets are getting no break with yesterday's historic Fed actions and COVID-19 dominating the world headlines. Frank Capillary, executive director at Instinet, said in a note, while the news continues to worsen and with the price action doing things we've only seen in a handful of other times in the last century, it's nearly impossible to keep things in perspective. We can't argue the facts. We're dealing with a much bigger issue than just the economy. So it's going, this is it, man. This is Ecclesiastes 1:9. The thing that have been, it is that which shall be, right? The 1987 crash, the fall of Rome, the Roman Empire, the Great Depression, all these kingdoms, they rise and they fall upon the earth. All right. And the kingdom is translated to another person through deception. All right. And really all up to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, who he gives it to. But Esau got this kingdom through deception. The thing that have been is that which shall be, man. All right. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It have been already of old time, which was before us. All right, because the scriptures speak about the doors being shut in the streets. And you see all these stores shutting down, the businesses shutting down, restaurants shutting down because they can't have more than 10 people or 50 people. Really, they said 10 now. And they got CEOs of all these companies, CFOs, chief financial officers, executive officers, they all resigning, preparing for June. So, hey, man, this is it. You got the big chariot that was showing up out there in space. So Yahweh Shah is about to show up, man. It's not going to get better. They think it's going to get better. Haggai 1:4. Is it time for you, O ye, to dwell in your sealed houses, and this house lie waste? Now, therefore, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, consider your ways. Yea, ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. See, there's nothing new under the sun. All right. And the children of Israel are going to go through this until we get out of here, until we get it lifted up, until Yahweh Shah shows up. All right. It says, and he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes. That's why scripture say, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, man. And any hope you had in this place in America is going to fall through. It's going to fail. All right. So all your investments, all your money, everything you planning in this society is crumbling right now. I saw somebody earlier here, I just want to talk basketball. I'm like, damn, that dude desperate. And they started talking about Kobe, and it's like, yo, it's a sad thing, man. But it's joyful for the hopeful elect. All right, that's been waiting on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. But you people that love this place, it says what? Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, consider your ways. This is Jeremiah 28:7. Nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thine ears, and in the ears of all the people. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old, right? There's nothing new under the sun, right? Prophesied both against many countries, right? Even all going back to Noah, to Moses, right? And so on and so on, all the way up until John, until today. It says what? Prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence, right? And also now it says what? Of pestilence, man. And that's what we prophesied against this kingdom, against Babylon, against Esau's kingdom around the world. And the Lord is bringing pestilence upon this place, man. And pestilence is what? Plagues and viruses and venoms and crazy shit. The prophet which have prophesied of peace, when the word of that prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that Yahweh have truly sent him, right? And we prophesying of peace, that the Lord is about to bring peace between the children of Israel, the elect of Israel, and Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right. So, all right, these are scriptures to think about during these times, man. Isaiah 65. I'm gonna start from 12. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and the sword represents destruction. Also that the famine and the plagues and the missiles and war. All right, ultimately destruction, man. And ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, you did not answer. And right now they bowing down to the slaughter. All right, they're gonna bow down to that chip. All right, Revelations 13 and 16. That's what all this is gonna lead to. Them trying to microchip people, man. All right, putting fear in everybody through the fear of death. And the Lord said the hopeful elect, his people are not going to fear death. All right. And now it says what? They're going to bow down to it, man. They bowing down to it now, submitting to it. Because when I called, you did not answer. When I spake, you did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Ain't that something? So now they're going to have to deal with it, man. Deal with the repercussions. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh power, behold, my servants shall eat, man. So in the midst of a famine, when there's no food, or even spiritually, the elect are going to eat. All right, until there's a famine of the word. And then there's going to be a famine of food, but the elect are going to eat. The Lord is going to show miracles to his elect. It said they shall eat, but ye shall be hungry, right? So when the dollar crashes, as it's crashing now, and you see there's no food on the shelves, and they're about to quarantine people in their homes for months or weeks, and by the time everybody come back out, they could just send troops around to everybody, or just quarantine everybody, or have a war break out, or push the chip on everybody. You just never know, man. It says, or forced vaccines. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh power, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. The Lord gonna make a division right now, man, in these times. The ones that's been scoffing at us, mocking at us, he said they're not gonna eat and they're not gonna be protected. But his believers, the ones that's been pushing, he's gonna protect them and they're gonna eat. Basically be taken care of. But ye shall be hungry, behold, my servants shall drink. But ye shall be thirsty, man. So you're going to have water on twofold, spiritually and physically. So his servant's going to drink. All right. And our cup's going to run over. And also in the famine, the Lord going to lead you to water or bless you to be able to not be thirsty. It says, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart. And shall howl for vexation of spirit, man. All right. And that's what's about to happen, man. So they're going to howl for vexation of their spirit and their souls in these coming days and months and weeks and years. All right. The evil days are upon us. All right. So, hey, pray that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua had mercy upon us, upon the hopeful elect and your households. All right. And, with that, I'm going to say, Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Ba Hashem Yahushai, Ba Hashem Harakah Kodash, Ma'amah. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. Shalom to you, Akim, Nagwatim, and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth.